Hi family, and welcome to the weekly energy tip for the week of the 1st through to the 8th of September. I just want to tune in and drop in with you guys right now. I have just gone through the charts, and what really struck me was that we're going to be seeing Mars, having now entered Gemini, come onto a trioctile, or I think it says quadrant, I think is the correct term, but a trioctile, 135 degrees aspect to Pluto. Trioctiles are not comfortable, and this Mars Pluto in this aspect gives me the feeling that we're going to have to really be patient with ourselves and patient with others, and there's domination and control coming up very, very strongly, like power plays and power struggles and things like that. We are going to, of course, this week on the 6th see, it'll be the 6th that Pluto, that the moon transits into Capricorn and ends up conjuncting Pluto retrograde. So that will amplify emotional charge around the 6th of September. So keep an eye out for that. But I just want to drop in and ask, what does the collective need to know for that week? Well, what messages? Strong healing, strong emphasis on healing, they're saying right now, for the darker masculine aspects. Yes. I feel it will be the masculine that feels, of course, being Mars energy, it'll be the masculine that feels this trioctile of Pluto. But they're saying that all of us, thank you so much, all of us are going to be focusing on healing our inner dark masculine. So whether you are in a feminine vessel or a masculine vessel, however you identify, right? Energetic wise, we're talking about energies here. The feminine and the masculine energies, it's the inner dark masculine that's going to be they're saying that it's going to be getting a workaround this week. So with that in mind, for the feminines, I just want to say, lean into that and get your inner dark feminine to support your inner dark masculine, through that transition, because, we are here to integrate both within ourselves, and come into union within before we can come into union external, with divine counterparts and such. Okay, I'm not a fan of the twin flame label, especially because what the community has corrupted it to be, and it gets that label gets projected onto a lot of connections. And early on in my journey, for 3 months I thought that I'd found my twin, but it was only 3 months, nearly 4 months, and then I realized I was the catalyst, you know what I mean? So, but in the reason why I don't like the twin flame, somebody must need to hear this right now, because I don't normally talk about it or explain my opinion, so I do hope it serves. If not, just fast forward a few moments. I believe that a lot of people whom I came across, especially when I started doing tarot readings in August 2018, a lot of people that I came across in the online spaces, but also while doing tarot readings at Psychic and Wellbeing Expos, I noticed that a lot of people were wanting to find their twin or talk about, and things like that, and hearing their stories. And for some of them, I remember this one woman on YouTube that I used to follow, a fellow Australian, and she had been on the journey for 17 years. And this was, I stopped watching her after I found that out, just FYI, because I thought, well, this is just ridiculous. You're perpetuating your own cycle. And I think it was not long after that that I came to my own awareness in myself and through my connection with Source that I was the catalyst in the situation in which I was in, right? So, anyways, after I came to that awareness and started doing readings for people and everything like this, I remember Spirit would, at the expos, I would get a heads up, if that makes sense, on who was going to come to my table for a reading and ask for a reading. And I remember this one particular person, I'm not even going to tell you their gender, it's irrelevant, but they looked over at me and I just happened to look that way at the same time, and I saw this person looking at me. And I just sort of like kept looking. We didn't make eye contact or anything, but I noticed that their eyes were on me. And I remember saying to Spirit, if he's ready to hear my truth on the matter, like with regards to the twin flame, right? I said, if he's ready to hear my truth on the matter, I'm happy to read for him. And no word of a lie, within, I'm getting chills now telling you this, no word of a lie, within like 5 to 10 seconds, he got up out of his chair and he came over to me for a reading. And it was about twin flames and how he had been in this really toxic trauma bonding cycle. And, you know, I shared him my perspective on it and about how we do have, it's twin flame energy, and that we do have a counterpart, and we do, but it's not a split soul. Like I don't, from my understanding at that time as well, like haven't done a lot of research, but I felt into it a lot, and I feel divine counterpart is more accurate. So anyways, I helped this guy out. It was a guy, I didn't want to say, but yeah, I helped this guy out, and he was really gracious. He was like, yeah, I think he was saying, he even emailed me or something later on, like a couple of weeks later, you know, saying that I really appreciated hearing that. Like, I needed it. And I feel so much more freer knowing that, you know, I was projecting, you know, this label onto something, but it was only, well, what my opinion is putting a twin flame label on a toxic trauma bonding relationship just gives a pass to perpetuate that trauma bonding toxicity in your life, you know. So I really don't agree with a lot of what I hear online. I don't watch a lot of it online since coming to my own conclusions about it. Excuse me. However, someone out there must need to hear it, that, you know, putting a twin flame label on a karmic connection or a soulmate connection that's, you know, there in your life just to teach you some very deep lessons on how to love yourself and how to stand in your power and speak your truth. You know, you're gonna spend a lot of your life in that whole runner chaser dynamic, right? So I feel it's a massive lesson in learning how to love yourself. The twin flame journey is a massive lesson for people to learn detachment, acceptance, surrender, and how to let go, you know. And so, yeah, that's my spiel on twin flames. The title and why I don't like to use it, because I feel that it fuels a certain level of, to put it bluntly, a certain level of psychosis in some people that I've witnessed. So I, you know, just the whole justification and warping their perception and gaslighting their own intuitions and things like that. Anyways, it can be quite detrimental to somebody. So, and then when you get people making money off of it, that's one thing that really irks me. So yeah, that's why I don't touch the topic. So let's go back to this week. I'm going to timestamp this 10:02, 10:01, 10:02. Pardon me. So, getting back to this week, okay, now that we are in Virgo season, and it's, you know, we're going to be seeing it enter the second decan as well, all right? I feel that the mental minutiae that, you know, we're on this Saturn-Uranus square as well. They're both retrograde now. So, you know, Saturn's at 20 degrees retrograding and has come to 20 degrees. And Uranus is at 18 degrees and almost, you know, 18 degrees and 55 minutes. So they're in a square again, and that's sticking around for some time. So this Saturn-Uranus square, Aquarius, Saturnian Aquarius energy to Uranus, Taurian energy, that square it's going to imbue this energy of which direction, you know, am I going in? And then we've got Mars in Gemini telling us we've got to go, 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 but then it's coming into the trioctile this week to Pluto retrograde, and that's going to be like, well, I just need to take control of my life. And where people don't feel in control of their life, what do? They project that need for control onto others around them. So I feel it's really important to be aware of that, especially when engaging with people. And if conflicts were to arise, please remember this, that yeah, Pluto is trioctile, or Mars has come into trioctile with Pluto retrograde. So it's going to cause tension in people and yourself, you know, of wanting to dominate, wanting to control. And the lesson here for this week is going to be about patience, okay? Yeah, really knowing that when you stay centered in your heart and you really just surrender into that heart space, okay, and keep your center, no matter how busy you are, okay, you can still keep a high vibration and be really in flow instead of pushing, which is what the energies of the universe are kind of, the cosmos are kind of delivering right now, yeah? So it's a massive test for you on not just your resilience, because we are all very, very resilient souls and people. It's more of, can you give me the phrase, please? Thank you. It's going to be more of a test on your self-mastery ability, okay? What alchemical practices do you use? Alchemy is mental transmutation, the art of mental transmutation. Yes. This brings us to higher awarenesses. This also can bring us to levels of inner peace when we can look at it hermetically. We can use the law of polarity to neutralize ourselves along the spectrum, right? The Kybalion, if you haven't, I've got it here on my shelf, just one moment. Kybalion, oh, there you are. The Kybalion by the Three Initiates, if you haven't already read it. I did feel actually to publish the Hermetic Axioms on my website, on my socials. So if you've got this book, have a look at the Hermetic Axioms. What do they need to know for this week, please? We'll just do a quick page pull and a read, and then I'll wrap it up. My Labradorite, pardon me. What do they need to know for this week, please? Oh, beautiful. It's open to the chapter of the mental universe. Okay, so I'll start on the page I opened it at. It's number 41, 40 and 41. So those numbers, like I personally have been seeing 444, 1414, 41, 1441, 144, 111, 1144, like so much. Like those numbers are just going crazy. So if that's you too, this is another sync for you. And fours, by the way, are ruled by Uranus. So yeah, it's kind of it's interesting. So which page do I need to read? Both pages or just one? Just from here? Oh, okay. They want me to read from like halfway down the page here and then complete to this page. All right. I just might have some coconut water before I start. Thank you all so much for your support on my channel too, by the way. I really appreciate it. All right. So the Kybalion. Okay, so this is the section I'm getting guided to read from. It says, pardon me, is it any wonder that you, the child, feel that instinctive reverence for the all, which feeling we call religion, that respect and reverence for the father mind? Is it any wonder that when you consider the works and wonders of nature, you are overcome with a mighty feeling which has its roots away down in your innermost being? Is it the mother mind that you were pressing close up to, like a babe to the breast? Do not make the mistake of supposing that the little world you see around you, the earth, which is a mere grain of dust in the universe, is the universe itself. There are millions upon millions of such worlds, the greater and greater, and there are millions of such universes in existence within the infinite mind of the all. And even in our own little solar system, there are regions and planes of life far higher than ours, and beings compared to which we are earthbound mortals are as the slimy life forms that dwell on the ocean's bed when compared to man. There are beings with powers and attributes higher than the man has ever dreamed of God's possessing. And yet these beings were once as you, and still lower, and you will be even as they, and still higher in time, for such is the destiny of man as reported by the illumined. And death is not real, even in the relative sense. It is but birth to a new life, and you shall go on and on and on to higher and still higher planes of life for eons upon eons of time. The universe is your home, and you shall explore its farthest recesses before the end of time. You are dwelling in the infinite mind of the all, and your possibilities and opportunities are infinite, both in time and space, and at the end of the grand cycle of eons, when the all shall draw back into itself all of its creations. Just getting chills, wow. You will go gladly, for you will then be able to know the whole truth of being at one with the all. Such is the report of the illumined, those who advanced well along the path. And in the meantime, rest calm and serene. You are safe and protected by the infinite power of the Father-Mother mind. Wow. And I was just talking about the 1944 on the clock, and I was just talking about how the dark masculine will be going through it, so the dark feminine has to come in and help support him to integrate it. You know, for the union within. And then they bring through this father-mother mind. It's like, yeah, like, look at your dark feminine or dark masculine, right, and dark feminine as those inner child, as your inner child, right? And then this here is letting you know that the father and mother mind, the infinite power of the mind is all, and not the all is mind. The mind of the all, right, is, yeah. And in the meantime, rest calm and serene. You are safe and protected by the infinite power of the Father-Mother mind. So it gives me this vibe of like the universe, as it always is, I guess, and Mother Gaia is like cradling us, like, you know, supporting us and holding us. And so I want you to come back to that, knowing like that you are held undoubtedly and supported in every moment. So the quotes here, there's two little quotes, they're very short at the bottom here. It says, within the father mother mind, mortal children are at home. Oh my goodness. And then the second one is, there is not one who is fatherless nor motherless in the universe. That's really beautiful, you know, especially considering, you know, sometimes in the physical, that's not really the case. So, but that's really beautiful to know. There is not one who is fatherless nor motherless in the universe. And we all came from somewhere, right? I have not read this book. Like, it used to live in my bag. I would carry it with me in my handbag everywhere I went from 2017 through to 2019, right? And I would just pull it open and do exactly what you saw me do. Just thumb through and be like, what do I need to know? I have read it cover to cover, yes. However, when I wasn't reading it cover to cover, I would just, yeah, use it as like an oracle. And for anyone who didn't know, these are the teachings of Hermes Trismegistus. Trismegistus is 3 times great. That's what it means in Latin. So definitely worth a read. It was guided to me in 2017 and it changed my life, honestly. Like, this was the first book, esoteric book I ever bought. So I've been hermetic from day dot. Yeah, so is there anything else? I'm just going to grab my Labradorite. Is there anything else the collective needs to know, please, for this week? There's something about the ocean coming through. I feel for many of you in these heavy energies that we're feeling, I feel many of you will benefit from going to sit by the water, go and sit by the ocean, the rivers, the streams, lakes even. Being close to the water helps to not only clear your energy field, okay, but because we are water in and of itself, whatever water you go and sit by, you're going to attune to that I don't want to say frequency, tempo, to that rhythm. You know what I mean? So it depends on how you're feeling inside. You know, if you're feeling like awash, yeah, and don't know what to do, if you go and sit by the ocean, not a surf beach, but the ocean, like, you know, and speak to Grandmother Water. It's the connection to water is so powerful, and we all have it. And when I speak to the water, I get waves, like the rippling of the waves comes in at me, like, I'm here for you, sister, you know, daughter, yeah, granddaughter. Yeah, it's just, I'm getting chills covered right now. You have no idea how connected you are to the ocean, to the streams, to the rivers. It's the lifeblood of the planet, right? All of life comes from the oceans and the rivers and the streams. So please go and connect with the water, even if it's just sat beside it for, you know, 20 minutes or something. Just enough to clear your field and ground you back into your body. Soak it all in. So I'm going to leave it there, family. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please check out my other content. Natal charts are still on sale for $50. I was guided to extend it, so I've put up another 10. I was guided to put up another 10 sessions there. So that means that there are, I think, 12 left now or 13 left now. I'll have to double check and I'll put the exact number in the description box below. But yeah, you can pick that up there. And I'm also extending, I was going to change my offerings on the 1st of September. I've been guided to extend that out to the 9th of September. I had a look at the astrology for my business, myself, and for the 9th of September. And it really is a beautiful time to do it as opposed to the 1st of September by Gregorian calendar month. So I'm going to be doing that as well. Please check out my website, details below. It'll be an honor to work with you, and I hope you have a beautiful week. Bye.